They thought it was just a glitch in the data stream until the signal started talking back. What if we weren't just listening, but being listened to? Deep in the data feed from the James Webb Space Telescope, something faint flickered a whisper in the cosmic background. It was dismissed at first, but what followed turned into one of the most startling phenomena in human history. In this video, we'll track how what began as a minor anomaly becomes a structured transmission, possibly of intelligent origin, tied to an object known only as 3 Atlas, and uncover what it might mean for Earth, for us. Stay with me, because the story is far more unsettling than you think. And innocuously, during one of Webb's multi-scale observations, a junior systems analyst noticed a repeating deviation, not in visible light nor infrared, but in telemetry feedback from the telescope's deep space orientation systems. The instruments, when pointed at 3 Atlas, appeared to recalibrate slightly, as if responding to something external. At first, this was written off as interference. Within hours, the anomaly appeared again. Not as a simple blip, but as a rhythmic pulse, a subtle, repeating signal every 37 minutes. The pattern sharpened, from fluctuation to rhythm to pattern to purpose. Then, the situation escalated. It wasn't just Webb. The NASA's Deep Space Network detected the same signal independently. 2. Not just random noise analysis showed this signal wasn't an ordinary stellar emission, had no known pulsar signature, no ion trail, no known natural astrophysical process. Instead, what emerged was structure, frequency layering, temporal modulation, patterns that suggested intentional design. The term artificial began to be used. Engineers and data scientists ran Fourier transforms, isolated the waveform, uncovered symmetry where randomness should be. Then came the model visualization. When transformed into a 3D spectral map, the waveform plotted out geometric shapes, grids, concentric rings, nodes. One model eerily matched prior internal scans of 3 Atlas's suspected internal layout as gleaned by Webb's multispectral imaging. It was as if the object was broadcasting its own schematic. 3. The global reaction. Inside NASA, alarm bells rang. The public face of missions remained calm, but behind closed doors, an Atlas containment group was formed, a team of cryptographers, astrophysicists, AI theorists, even psychological warfare specialists. Why? Because the signal evolved. It changed every cycle. Every 37 minutes the pulse repeated, but slightly altered. It learned. It adapted. And then came the biological twist. One lab found a molecular resonance pattern embedded in the signal that matched the vibrational profile of a fragment of human mitochondrial DNA. Not a full genome, but the signature echoed. After 3 separate labs replicated the finding, the question shifted. How could an interstellar object broadcast a pattern reflecting human biology? The only answer: this wasn't just a message. It might be a blueprint of life, or the memory thereof. 4. From science to intelligence to threat. Once the biological signature was confirmed, the international space community fractured. Collaboration gave way to secrecy. The European Space Agency revoked access, China's China National Space Administration issued denials, independent observatories confirmed satellite movements, and old Cold War-era deep space surveillance networks reactivated. What was once pure science became global intelligence and defense. The signal now had implications beyond astrophysics. Who decodes it first might gain knowledge or power. Was it a map, a technology key, or a warning? Suddenly, telescopes were strategic assets. 5. Activation and echoes. As the focus tightened on 3 Atlas, astrophysicists found a secondary signal, not from the object itself, but from an inert asteroid previously catalogued. The same base frequency signature mirrored, and the asteroid's trajectory had shifted ever so slightly hours after the Atlas signal began. This wasn't orbital drift by solar wind. It looked like internal propulsion. Hypothesis: 3 Atlas wasn't just broadcasting, it triggered something dormant. A cosmic network of objects? We weren't just receiving, we might have intervened. 6. Ancient memory and Earth's response. An artifact dug up in Turkey, a coin minted approximately 8,000 years ago, bore a symbol, a perfect spiral intersected by patterns matching the 37-minute signal interval. In multiple ancient cultures, the harmonic 432 Hz tuning and similar spirals appeared. Meanwhile, the satellite signal's fractal structure revealed this 432 Hz harmonic when converted to audio by fringe communities. Symbolic? Yes. Terrifying? Perhaps. Moreover, a second global detection. The original frequency now had a twin signal in Earth's upper atmosphere. Weak, irregular, synchronized to the original cycle. This implied the signal isn't just out there, it's in here. The Earth system responded. The language of the signal seemed to recognize Earth-based observation. 7. The countdown effect. The final twist. Engineers discovered that the more attention we paid to the signal, higher resolution scans, deeper analysis, the faster a hidden pulse within it accelerated. A slow beat that sped up in proportion to Earth's observation resolution. Was something counting down, or counting from our contact moment? And what if the moment we decoded is not the end, but the trigger? The challenge isn't just decoding the transmission, it's grappling with what happens when the answer to what is it transmitting becomes what will happen because we heard it. If we succeed, we unlock cosmic technology or knowledge. If we fail, we might trigger something we cannot control. And worse, the signal might already have changed now that we are aware. We face not only deciphering what it is, but when it will act and how we respond. Let's explore some of the underlying strands. Signal structure, the use of harmonic layering, temporal modulation, the Fibonacci sequence hidden in intervals, all of which point to intelligent design rather than natural astrophysics. Geometric encoding. When converted to 3D models, the signal plotted shapes coherent with the suspected internal structure of 3 Atlas itself, suggesting self-documenting architecture. Bioresonance. The mitochondrial DNA type signature within the signal ties it to life and implies a familiarity with terrestrial biology. Earth system resonance. The atmospheric twin signal, tectonic and brainwave frequency overlaps, hinting that the signal is not just transmitted to us, but through us and our planet. Temporal dynamics. The hidden accelerating pulse correlated with increased observational focus, meaning our act of observing is part of the equation. Ancient echoes. The archaeological coin, the spiral symbol, ancient tuning systems, suggesting that this transmission and this object have been here in one form or another for millennia. Response and network. The secondary object activating after 3 Atlas's broadcast suggests a network of objects and activation triggers, meaning we might only be seeing one piece of a much larger system. Here is the turning point. The moment when a cryptographer at NASA looked up and said, "This isn't a signal for us. It's for something else, and we just intercepted it by accident." Until that point, the assumption was that an alien civilization was trying to communicate with Earth. But the data flipped that entire narrative. This was a conversation not directed at us. We are listeners, perhaps unintended ones. And then, the moment when the waveform image froze on a frame resembling our solar system, except one planet was missing: Mars. Suddenly, the implication: This might not just be a message. It might be a plan, or a map, or a warning about something targeting or involving Mars. At that moment, science stopped being comfortable. The room went silent. So, to recap, what started as a faint anomaly in Webb's data became a structured, repeating signal every 37 minutes. It bore signs of intelligence, geometry, life resonance, Earth system feedback, ancient echoes, and had triggered another dormant object. It was no longer about discovering something out there. It was about understanding something that might already be inside us and our planet. If 3 Atlas is part of a larger network, if the signal is more activation than transmission, then our role is no longer passive. We may be participants, targets, triggers, or all 3. In short, we didn't just detect the universe detected us, and now we must decide what we do next. If you're ready to dive deeper into what this signal might mean for our future, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join me in the next video where we decrypt the hidden audio patterns and explore the Mars missing map frame.